you are a single woman and you are looking to buy a house, but you are afraid, this message is for you. Now, I have clients who come all the time saying, I don't know if I can buy a house by myself. I don't know. I'm a single mom, and I don't know if I can buy a house by myself. And I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you my story of when I bought a house. So, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I had always fantasized that I would buy my first house with my husband. We would raise our kids in it, and we would buy it together. That was the dream. As I got older, and I had no relationship in sight, so no marriage in the thresholds of anything, I came to a conclusion that I was going to buy a house by myself. I told myself I could continue to rent, or I could buy a house and just do it, just try, right? So I decided to move back home with my parents. I'm grateful that I have them, to save up money to be able to put as a good down payment. And also I had changed careers. As you know, I'm a loan officer. That was my first time, my first years being a loan officer, so I wanted to have a 2-year history of being a loan officer. And so I was preparing. I used 2 years to prepare to purchase my home. Then when I bought my house, fortunately I knew all the stuff to go through because I was a loan officer myself. But when I bought my house, I remember sitting in my house and I was afraid. I was qualified, but I was afraid. And I also was mourning the dream of buying my first house with my husband. Here I am, a single woman buying a house to live in by myself, no kids, just buying a house. And I was sad about it. And I had to switch my mindset because it was a huge accomplishment to be able to purchase a house on my own. And then the fear crept in where I was like, well, what if I can't afford it? I have no one else to depend on, no one else to lean on. So what if money's tight? What if I don't get a good commission check to where I can pay my mortgage, right? Like those fears kept in, and I felt like God was telling me, I brought you here. I got you, right? I have you. And I was like, okay, all right, God, I'm going to just trust you. Even to the point where I considered letting someone live with me and pay rent so that way I could come up with half of the mortgage, right? And even in that, I felt like he was telling me, no, you can have them come live here, but don't make them pay any rent. And it's because he wanted me to rely and trust on him. And so that's what I did. So anyways, I've had my house. I'm fortunate that, by the grace of God, I've been able to pay my mortgage. But this is my message to you, is that no matter how you dreamt of getting your first home, you may have been married and now you're single. You may have been thinking that the father of your children, you guys are going to buy a house together. Or you may just be like, hey, I don't know if I can qualify. Women are buying houses by themselves. Women are affording houses by themselves. Single moms are affording houses by themselves. So, if you had worried, if you're wondering, what I always tell people, the first step is to find out. Apply. See if you're qualified. And if you're pre-approved, yes, now you can start looking for a house for you or for you and your kids. And if you're not, now you have a game plan. You know what steps to take to say, okay, you know what? I wasn't ready at that point, but all I need to do is X, Y, Z, and I can do that. And set your time frame. I can do that over a year, and then I'll start my home buying process. I can do that in 2 years. I took 2 years to do mine, and so it's not something that always happens overnight. It's something that you have to plan and work for, right? So if it's your credit, invest in getting your credit fixed, right? If it's you don't have enough money saved, figure out a way to generate more income, like a side job. Even if you have a full schedule, maybe there's something that you can do in off hours, remotely, there's just a bunch of different things and options to consider. But if that is your dream and you have to know what steps to take, it's easier to hit your goals if you know what steps to take versus swinging in the dark. So I hope this message reaches you. I hope it's for the people that are like sitting on the fence and they're worried and they don't think that they can do this. You can do it. I did it. So, talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up. Let's get you on the road to homeownership. Bye.